3 years after sending Shen Hu away, Wang Lin continued to remain wary despite Shen Hu's deep respect, though he kept the message Jade left behind, which contained a detailed star map and valuable information about the southern domain of the All-Heaven star system. Riding the silver-horned thunderbeast, whose speed had increased dramatically after 10 years of absorbing thunder in the Thunder Lake, Wang Lin swiftly departed the asteroid region and traveled through the vast starry sky. Along the way, he carefully studied the transformation of the heaven-defying bead, discovering that the three souls within it had not been harmed but had instead become more radiant, while the bead itself had split into yin and yang, leaving him puzzled about its new power source and the deeper balance of sun, moon, and duality. With plans to enter the Thunder Celestial Realm in 20 years, Wang Lin decided to use this time to prepare by finding a hidden cultivation site, refining and modifying his spells to align with the third step path he had witnessed, and gathering resentful spirits to strengthen his underworld river technique, while also resolving to claim a cultivation planet of his own. With a casual wave of his hand, Wang Lin completely dispersed the death aura that had accumulated around the mountain for countless years, instantly restoring its vitality and shocking Zhang Xin'e. Overwhelmed by this display of power, Zhang Xin'e immediately knelt and offered Heng Yun Peak with utmost respect. Wang Lin accepted but calmly explained that although he could not change Zhang Xin'e's destined death, he could use a special technique to burn Zhang Xin'e's own spiritual energy and extend his lifespan by 10 years. As he carried out the method, Wang Lin sighed inwardly, realizing that if he had learned this spell earlier, Li Muwan would never have needed to remain sealed within the heaven-defying bead. Revitalized, Zhang Xin'e expressed deep gratitude while also realizing that such kindness must carry a purpose. Wang Lin then ordered him to spend the next decade gathering as much mortal resentment as possible, promising that as long as he remained on planet Qingling, the Zhang family would be protected from destruction if the task was completed satisfactorily. After dismissing Zhang Xin'e, Wang Lin transformed Heng Yun Peak into his personal cultivation ground. He planted the 1 billion soul flag, releasing countless soul fragments and 3 primary souls to envelop the mountain in dense black fog. Then carved out a majestic cave and placed a powerful celestial restriction at its entrance, creating immense pressure. Finally, he spread his divine sense across the entire planet Qingling, announcing that the planet now belonged to him and declaring a 5,000-kilometer radius around Heng Yun Peak a forbidden zone, where any trespasser would be killed without mercy. His voice echoed like heavenly thunder, instilling fear in all cultivators, none of whom dared resist such unimaginable power. From that moment on, Wang Lin became the supreme ruler of the planet, his authority rivaling legendary figures such as the Blood Ancestor and the All-Seer. Over the next 5 years, Zhang Xin'e openly spread Wang Lin's command, mobilizing cultivation families across the planet to collect mortal resentment. The Zhang family became official envoys, and countless cultivators roamed the mortal world gathering resentment aura, though progress remained slow due to the immense population, reaching less than 40% completion. Growing anxious, Zhang Xin'e personally joined the effort and deployed all capable family members. Meanwhile, Wang Lin remained in seclusion atop the mountain, refining his treasures and strengthening his cultivation. He repaired the damaged mountain and river screen by integrating thunder into it and restored the celestial mountain to stabilize its soul extraction ability. Though he could not unravel the mystery of the crown fused with red butterfly's blue rose. During this time, Wang Lin contemplated the path to the third step and examined his treasures, focusing especially on the Soul Lasher. Although it lacked the intelligence, defense, or special abilities of his other artifacts, it possessed a unique aura tied to the third step and even intimidated a heavenly ghost. Realizing its connection to the Karma Tao, where the body is the karmic cause and the origin soul the karmic effect, Wang Lin decided to use it as a medium to manifest his evolving karma domain. Despite the risks, he confidently began refining it, slowly fusing his domain into the whip. After 3 more years, having spent a total of 8 years in seclusion, Wang Lin's reputation grew even more terrifying as intruders were devoured by the black fog, while mortals who wandered in were harmlessly expelled. Amid this, Shu Leguo caused minor disturbances by breaking part of his seal and constantly boasting. But Wang Lin ultimately succeeded in strengthening the Soul Lasher. Just then, Shu Leguo arrogantly challenged him, claiming his newfound power was enough to reverse their roles and make Wang Lin his subordinate. After an unknown period of travel, he arrived in a remote and desolate region of the southern domain where most planets were abandoned and rarely visited by powerful cultivators. Though still inhabited by mortals and low-level cultivators, drawn by a life-filled blue planet rich in vitality and reminiscent of his home planet Suzaku, Wang Lin chose it as his temporary base, feeling a rare sense of nostalgia. After stepping off the Thunder Beast and storing it away, despite its reluctant cries, he was briefly interrupted by a sudden surge of powerful sword intent from within his storage bag. Shu Leguo, having inherited an ancient sword intent, had become extremely arrogant and attempted to break free, boasting of his newfound strength. But Wang Lin calmly suppressed him with a single strike and sealing spell, instantly silencing him. Upon entering the planet Qingling, Wang Lin discovered that its overall cultivation level was low, with the strongest cultivators only at the nascent soul stage. After scanning the planet, he selected Hang Yun Peak, the highest mountain belonging to the Zhang family, as his cultivation site. However, the mountain had become saturated with a dense death aura due to countless aging nascent soul cultivators coming there to await death while seeking enlightenment, causing it to lose its vitality and resemble a graveyard. At that moment, Zhang Xinye, the eldest nascent soul cultivator and head of the Zhang family, climbed the peak as his lifespan neared its end. There, he encountered Wang Lin, a young man in white whose presence could not be detected by divine sense, leaving him utterly shocked. While Wang Lin calmly remarked that although Hang Yun Peak was once an excellent place, it had unfortunately been reduced to a land of death, Wang Lin, having completely lost patience with Shu Leguo's arrogance, forced him to reveal himself and calmly faced his challenge as Shu Leguo transformed into a colossal sword imbued with ancient sword intent and overwhelming confidence. Unmoved, Wang Lin activated the Soul Lasher, creating a vast, isolated karmic domain that severed all external influence and embodied the authority of cause and effect. Within this domain, Shu Leguo's sword form became unstable and ultimately collapsed as Wang Lin declared that nothing could escape karma, especially since Shu Leguo's very power had originated from him. Terrified and on the verge of destruction, Shu Leguo reverted to his true form and desperately begged for mercy, arguing that even his transformation into a devil was part of their shared karmic entanglement. Wang Lin dismissed this claim, asserting it was solely Shu Leguo's own karma. And after the Soul Lasher merged into his domain and became an invisible force, Shu Leguo immediately turned submissive, masking his fear with flattery while secretly suspecting a hidden trap behind Wang Lin's leniency. Wang Lin allowed him limited freedom within a fixed range and then summoned his beasts, the Thunder Beast, Thunder Toad, Mosquito Beast, and others, whose interactions were tense, with rivalry between the Thunder Beast and Thunder Toad, and growing curiosity from the Mosquito Beast. Abandoning treasure refinement due to time constraints, Wang Lin focused entirely on improving his spells, including Heavenly Chop, Stop, and multiple finger techniques tied to the Underworld River, though he realized these abilities were flawed and could hinder his path toward the third step. Despite tirelessly experimenting and attempting to reconstruct these incomplete celestial techniques over 2 years, progress was minimal due to the immense complexity of the task. During this time, Shu Leguo, increasingly bored, roamed nearby and even tricked cultivators for amusement, until Zhang Xinye arrived with his son to fulfill Wang Lin's orders. Wang Lin accepted the gathered resentment, rewarded them with opportunities and resources, and assigned future responsibilities, while Shu Leguo secretly harassed the son and was subsequently punished with stricter restrictions. As Wang Lin absorbed the vast resentment into his underworld river, its power evolved and its river soul began to take form, further strengthening his domain and deepening his understanding of the third step. After 18 years on planet Qingling, his life and death domain finally reached flawless completion, marking his readiness to reach the peak of the first step once sufficient celestial energy was obtained. With remaining resources in hand, Wang Lin prepared for a breakthrough to the late ascendant stage's ultimate limit, yet remained vigilant, recalling the warning that defying the heavens could once again bring down terrifying divine retribution. After cultivating for many years within a massive formation constructed from celestial jades in the northwestern desert of planet Qingling, Wang Lin continuously absorbed immense amounts of celestial spiritual energy to refine and stabilize his cultivation. He clearly understood that although reaching the peak of the late ascendant stage required an enormous supply of celestial spiritual energy, the true determining factor was the integration of origin energy with the origin soul. Without sufficient origin energy or with any damage to the origin soul, no cultivator could ever stand at the peak of the first step. Having already absorbed origin energy from the Thunder Lake to the absolute limit his origin soul could contain, Wang Lin relied on his refined domain to steadily push forward. However, the process demanded such vast energy that after a year, all his celestial jades were completely depleted, forcing him to consume celestial liquid, which unleashed a violent surge of energy and drove his cultivation higher by sheer force. After a total of 19 years and 8 months on Qingling, Wang Lin finally broke through and reached the peak of the late ascendant stage. At that moment, countless surrounding celestial jades crumbled into dust, and the once barren land became filled with vitality. Reflecting on his 1,000-year journey, from a minor disciple of the Heng Yu sect to surpassing Zhu Xi and standing at the summit of the first cultivation step, he felt a profound sense of fulfillment and completion. Testing his newfound strength, Wang Lin used the golden celestial brush and successfully executed the 8th stroke in a single breath, creating a rune far more powerful than before, proving his significant advancement. Afterward, he departed Qingling atop the Thunder Beast, but not before collecting all celestial ascension fruits cultivated over the past decade and gathering another surge of resentment energy, which caused the underworld river soul to show signs of awakening. He also designated Qingling as his personal cultivation sanctuary, intending to return later once he obtained a thunder furnace, as entering the thunder celestial realm from there would be safer. While traveling through space, Wang Lin carefully considered his next move, since a thunder furnace was essential to enter the thunder celestial realm, and unlike in the Alliance star system, all furnaces in the All-Heaven star system were tightly controlled by the Thunder Celestial Temple. He decided to seize one by force rather than risk exposing his secrets by contacting Shengonghu. Using the jade token left behind, he located a cultivation planet in the southern domain where 2 families received thunder furnaces whenever the realm opened. And since neither family possessed experts beyond the peak of the late ascendant stage, he deemed them suitable targets. Upon arrival, he discovered that the family heads were absent, so he calmly waited among the stars while continuing his cultivation. 1 month before the Thunder Celestial Realm opened, more than 10 cultivators returned, including an old man who had recently entered the illusory yin stage, suspicious of Wang Lin's identity. The old man deduced that he could not be a true messenger of the Thunder Celestial Temple. When Wang Lin demanded a thunder furnace, the old man refused and exposed him, triggering a fierce battle. Wang Lin summoned his celestial guard, whose overwhelming punch shattered the old man's defenses and forced him to retreat despite his black flames injuring the puppet. Realizing the guard possessed strength comparable to an illusory yin cultivator, the old man grew wary. But Wang Lin pressed the attack by displaying the shocking mountain soul extraction technique, stunning his opponent, before unleashing powerful lightning that made him appear like a celestial being wielding heavenly wrath. In desperation, the old man used a forbidden origin technique by opening a crimson third eye, whose red light rapidly eroded the mountain soul. However, due to his unstable cultivation and insufficient origin energy, he could only sustain it for 3 breaths. Faced with Wang Lin's relentless lightning and the remaining power of the mountain soul, the old man had no choice but to surrender the thunder furnace, which Wang Lin immediately seized. Yet instead of leaving, Wang Lin became intrigued by the mysterious third eye technique and proposed an exchange. While the old man, forced into submission, bitterly admitted that Wang Lin's ability to suppress him was largely due to the overwhelming power of his treasures. The old man arrogantly declared that if he had just a few more years to stabilize his illusory yin cultivation, Wang Lin would be no match for him. But Wang Lin paid no attention to this boast and calmly continued proposing a spell exchange. The old man refused outright and ordered him to leave, arguing that Wang Lin had already taken the thunder furnace. In response, Wang Lin demonstrated the terrifying finger of death, sending a streak of black light toward the cultivation planet that instantly caused vast stretches of vegetation to wither, their vitality forcefully extracted and absorbed into his body. Although the old man outwardly dismissed the technique due to his superior cultivation, he was inwardly shocked by its ability to drain life so completely. Wang Lin then revealed the demonic finger, which could transform celestial spiritual energy into demonic energy and work even more effectively when combined with the Finger of Death. The old man carefully examined it, even speculating that Wang Lin came from planet Donghua because of its demonic nature. Yet he still refused to trade. As a final attempt, Wang Lin brought out the celestial slaughter art, claiming it was learned from a Nirvana Shatterer senior, and declared he would abandon the exchange if this did not interest the old man. He ordered his celestial guard to capture a fierce beast and, using his fingers like a blade, instantly reduced it to a skeleton, extracting a strand of gray slaughter energy that condensed into a life seal. Wang Lin explained that by gathering vitality through slaughter, this technique could form countless life seals capable of providing overwhelming defense, so powerful that, according to its originator, even the collapse of an entire cultivation planet could not harm someone who possessed 1 trillion such seals. This display deeply moved the old man, who immediately recognized the terrifying potential of the technique. Yet he hesitated because the third eye spell was a treasured inheritance of his clan, obtained by his ancestors through mysterious means and successfully cultivated only by himself. Sensing this hesitation, Wang Lin feigned indifference and prepared to leave on his thunderbeast. However, once the life seal in the old man's hand dissipated, he felt an intense sense of loss and quickly called Wang Lin back, finally agreeing to the exchange under the condition that Wang Lin would not pass the technique to others. Wang Lin promptly recorded the Finger of Death, Demonic Finger, and Celestial Slaughter art into jade slips and handed them over. The old man, impressed by Wang Lin's decisiveness, provided the third eye spell in return but secretly altered parts of it, planting hidden dangers for future cultivation. Upon receiving it, Wang Lin compared it with his prior observations and immediately detected the flaws, yet chose not to expose the deception. Feeling that he had already gained the upper hand, he instead warned the old man not to cultivate more than 100,000 strands of slaughter energy or risk great danger before swiftly departing. After returning to his cultivation planet, the old man entered seclusion to prepare for the imminent opening of the Thunder Celestial Realm. Meanwhile, Wang Lin reflected on the exchange while riding his thunderbeast through the starry sky. Realizing that trading 3 flawed techniques for a spell containing traces of third step essence was an immensely profitable deal. Although the old man treated the third eye technique as a mere inheritance, Wang Lin understood that it contained profound hints of returning to the origin and possessed limitless potential, and he was confident he could repair its hidden flaws over time. Upon returning to Qinglin, he once again declared the area around Hangyun Peak forbidden and devoted himself entirely to studying and refining the third eye technique. More than half a month later, on a clear day, Wang Lin stood atop the peak holding the thunder furnace, lightning swirling within it while a faint red crack occasionally appeared between his brows due to the incomplete third eye, giving him a sinister and mysterious aura. Soon, thunderclouds gathered across the sky, responding to the furnace as lightning roared within them, and a massive bolt of celestial thunder descended directly toward him. Wang Lin knew that allowing the thunder to strike the furnace would open a path into the Thunder Celestial Realm. Yet at the critical moment, he suddenly withdrew the furnace, gazing at the descending celestial lightning with an unusual expression as he prepared to attempt an unprecedented act never before seen in all the countless openings of the realm.